Cissoko puts an end to it with the exclamation.
I am here today with a very special guest. We have Sidy Cissoko of the G League Ignite with us today. Sidy is going to be 19 years old on draft night. He is listed at 6'8", 200 pounds, averaging 11 points, 3 assists, and 2.5 rebounds a game in the G League this year. Sidy, how are you doing, man? Thank you for being here.
Thank you, man. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I am well. I'm excited to chop it up with you and break down some film. I think one of the things that stands out is your athleticism, and I think that this clip here does a good job of kind of showing the type of athlete that you are. So, you know, you guys get the board, we get it to Scoot, he's pushing the pace. At what point do you know I'm taking this to the rack and I'm putting it down on someone's head?
Yeah. I mean, I just like, I like the first time I see this, like the space on the court, I didn't want to dunk. Like I was like, maybe like, I don't know, because the guy, like, which one was the?
Let's see. Let's replay.
Because this guy from the man ends, like he blocked. I don't know if it was this one, but he like great defense, like on the air, and I was like, damn, like, I have to go or yes or no, and I said, yeah, I would just like do it. And if I get to block, like I try at least, but no, that worked.
Yeah, because even if he goes up and contests it and you don't get that dunk, yeah, like you attacking that hard with that much space, with your athleticism and your big frame, like worst case, you're probably at least drawing a foul there, right? Like even if you draw contact and you get to go to the line, I think that, you know, that is a good way to generate points, and your willingness to go out and make plays in transition is something that is really appealing to, is going to be appealing to teams, especially because you don't need somebody to create for you in these situations. Like you're so good at getting a rebound and taking it up yourself. Talk to me about this play. Like at what point are you realizing like, I think that I could take this all the way. No one's stopping me.
This play, I know, like college time, like I saw like college time in the eyes, and it was like easy thing if he have to go or stop me at the 3-point line. And when I saw him, like he took a step back, like I just like go, because I know like for me, like it's hard to stop me. Like when I took like the first step, I know it, like not a lot of people can stop me on this first step. So I just try to do and get through the both player and just dunk after this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's some really nifty like footwork and splitting the defense and just going through and getting after it with two hands. I think that, you know, being able to get out and play in transition and thrive with pace, you know, that's something that I think that everybody in the NBA is really looking for. And then one more clip here that I want to show that I feel like is a good indication of the type of athlete that you are. You know, here you're coming off the screen, you go through and oh yeah, now we got a poster putting it on someone's head. So take me through this clip here.
It's like almost the same play, but on the right side. I know, like I know he was going under and he was going to the other side, and he didn't get time to stop me. So, and I know the big man from Santa Cruz, like he's my 8, so I just like keep like distance on me and him. And I know if I was going up, he was like behind me, and I just have to dunk or lay the ball. So I was like pretty far from him, so I didn't hesitate too much on this one.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, like again, you being able to get downhill with NBA spacing, it's just really the next aspect of the game that, you know, I kind of want to talk about with you is your passing ability. And you know, at your size, were you always playing with the ball in your hand growing up?
I mean, where I was in Spain, I was playing the point. I was playing point guard like all the time, because like I just grew up like 2 years ago. Like 1 year ago, I I was like maybe 6'2" when I was in Spain, so I was like playing every time point guard, and yeah, and I know like I got the talent for the pass. Like some people can see everything on the court. I can see everything on the court. So I just like I need to keep improve this, like because I'm not playing the point guard now, but I still have the ball in the end and make some pass. So yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a great pass. It seems simple, right? It's just like, you know, a little basic pick and roll, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're recognizing that they're switching here, right? And you got to get the ball down to your big who gets position, and you know, he doesn't finish this play, but you know, that's the type of play that coaches want to see you make, right? Like they don't necessarily always want to see you dance with the ball because maybe you got a big when you got, you know, such a mismatch down low. So I think that speaks to your IQ. Yeah, and this one I love because it looks like you're really fooling the big man with your eyes as you get downhill here. So as we replay it, you're coming off and you like do a little mid-air jump, and he's got to kind of decide between two guys. You have your wing cutting on the right side and then the roller going to the hoop. Talk to me about this play and, you know, making these like quick improvisational reads.
This one, the pass at the beginning was going to Baba Karsane, because he did a great cut, and after I saw like the big man from Birmingham just go on Baba, and here I just saw Mika here, and I know like I didn't watch Mika on this one, but I know like Mika roll every time, so I just know he gonna be there. So yeah. But I think if Baba didn't cut, this play would never happen. It would be a travel or something else. So, for sure.
Yeah, and you know, you kind of leave your feet, right? So you get stuck. So if he doesn't cut, maybe, you know, that puts you in a tricky spot. But, you know, I think I want to talk about this play because, you know, you pull up here, and I think that's an aspect of your game that, you know, NBA teams are going to want to see. But if you had this one back, what would you do on this play?
I would say I can get downhill, but I would probably take the shot again. But I can do a floater too. But I need to improve on this mid-distance shot for sure. Like I think every point guard, if you give the ball to London or Scoot, you're gonna shoot for sure, or you're gonna do a floater. But I need to be more aggressive on this one for sure. So.
Yeah, I think there maybe if you take like one more dribble in, so if you just get a little bit closer to the nail and you got Trevion there, it makes him come up and meet you a little bit more, and then maybe you would have a drop off, or you get downhill, you put him in that cat and mouse position where now he's got to guard you, you know, and the roller. And I think that this is kind of a good example of you doing that here, where you do take that extra step, the big's got to come up, and it leads to that little drop off, right? So, you know, I think that I love that you do have this in your game, and you got this pick and roll craft, and I love that little hesitation that you play with. Is that something that you work on with the G League team?
No, but I know here in the G League, like sometimes they switch like every time on me, or they get under, because like I know like I'm almost a big man on the team, like I'm almost one of the tallest guy in the team, and I know like when they got like Leonard or Fa on the pick and roll, sometimes they just switch at the end, and so the small guy or the big guy on me, he can come back for the dunk from Fa. So I just in this one is wide open because like I see Fa right in the middle of the paint. So and he did a great role. So
yeah, and I think this next one here is a good example of the same kind of thing. Playing with pace, you get downhill, and he commits to the roll, and this time you're able to take it in and get to the hoop and finish with your left, which is something that I notice that you do a lot. Do you feel comfortable, you know, finishing with both hands like that?
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't go a lot of time with my left because like sometimes with my left I just want to. I'm better for pass, but like I can finish for sure. But like this one, I was like really upset because on this game I just like really want to dunk on JF. I tried, like everyone in the G wants to dunk on JF, but like there's an action like that, but like just like
Well, you didn't get the
just like
dunk, but it's a great drive.
yeah, like just like you want to do one-on-one in the air. So like you want to challenge the air if he can block you every time or not. Like for sure. I mean, I think all the young guys from the G League right in my team like was coach I say like when you got like someone like just try to put his elbow in the mouth or something like I just do what you say and just go hard in the rim and yeah try to challenge every time the big man.
So kind of use your offhand to kind of push him off and create separation so you have a cleaner look at the hoop.
Yeah, definitely. Because like you know, forgive me, Flower, but like I know like it's hard to push me there when I got one step in the paint already. So I just have to like to get my body set and everything and just go to the rim. So yeah.
Yeah, right there you could see, right? You're using that hand to shield. That's great.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that a lot of teams will have been going under on you. Is that kind of the next step to your pick and roll game that you need to improve on?
Yeah, for sure. I think like I think now I know the problem. What is like the first dribble like for shoots is too soft. So I know like in practice now when I do a tough dribble, like I know like getting in now. So just like I think the problem of the first part of the season was my dribble was like really soft for shoot and you can shoot when like something soft. So I was not making like the under, but I take it next time.
Yeah, but because you're capable of hitting those shots, and this is a tough one that you hit here, right? Like they're following you over here. A little step back. That was a tough shot.
Yeah, I really like to do the step back with my left hand. I think for me it's more easier. And I was doing this all the time in overseas, so now like I lose a little bit of the step back shot because like the 3-point line is far than the overseas for sure. Now I'm getting back of this step back. So yeah.
I mean, is that an adjustment? Just I mean, it's a couple extra feet, right? Like, did you did it take you a couple of weeks to kind of get comfortable with the shot, or is that something that you know in practice you kind of practice from distance anyway?
Yeah, like sometimes I feel it like you have to use more your legs and everything for sure. That's really now, but like yeah, the first part of the season was a little bit hard for me, but now I'm getting used to it. And just like you have to use all your body for shoot. So yeah, because before I was like just like in overseas I was not using all my body to shoot because like the 3-point line was close. So yeah.
Yeah, and I mean I think that's one of the benefits of coming to the Ignite program, right? Like everything is geared towards helping you become the best NBA player that you could be, and practicing and playing with that 3-point line is going to help you as you translate. Like there will be no adjustment next season when you're playing in the league, right? You'll have that down. And I think with your shooting, when you get to the league next year, I mean, look, you're playing off a bunch of great playmakers in the G League, right? You got Scoot, Leonard Miller's a good passer, but you might be playing with Luka or LeBron or somebody like that. So being able to play off the ball as well as on of it is going to be a big aspect of your game. And I think the ability to spot up, catch and shoot, that's going to be big. Do you feel comfortable playing off the ball?
Yeah, definitely. Like to not like baseline cut, some stuff like this here for sure. Because I know next year I'm not gonna touch like the ball I touch right now in the G. Like just have to be ready every time. Like because like for example, if I play with Luka Doncic, you don't know where he's gonna pass because like his pass is like random. So yeah, I'll just be ready every time. Like John told me like when you got like spot up, like John Jenkins told me like when you're like your feet set, just shoot it.
Yeah, and you mentioned your cutting, and Scoot draws so much attention when he has the ball in his hands, right? I love this play because you kind of see he's getting downhill and you just go. You see a little opening.
Yeah, because like this play, like Birmingham, when we play against Scoot, like when we got Scoot on the team, like they play 5 against him, like they 10 eyes on Scoot on defense, and like just like you like you saw like I see I was open, so and nobody can stop me like when I'm downhill, so because like
when you have that much space, they're not getting a good contest on you.
Yeah, and I would say too, like because like in the triple line too, like when like Scoot is like this, like it's hard to stop Scoot too. Like when you got like because like there's one action here, like he was dreaming from the triple line. He just did the dunk of the year already. So
here's another great cut that you make, and then get to the hoop. Take me through this one.
Yeah, so
a little backdoor.
He was watching like with his 2 eyes. Like Coach Hart told me, like when you got like when you see like your eyes is in the back of the player, just cut because you're not seeing him. So, and when he saw me,
right here, he's focused. Right, he lost sight of you. He's not playing with his back flat. Right, he can't see his man in the ball, so he thinks he can, and then boop, there, a nice little up and under. So you got the athleticism, and then you got the little finesse layup package too.
I don't know if it's Jabate on this one, or no, it was not Jabate. It was the other foreman, I think. No, but like, like when there's someone like playing the 4-5 and he's like my height, it's like I don't have doubt. Like I have to finish the layup, so. Yeah, I don't hesitate too much.
One of the biggest aspects of your game is that you're such a versatile defender because, you like you said, you were 6'2" a couple of years ago, so you were used to guarding point guard. So you have the feet of somebody who's a lot smaller, but now you also have the size where you can guard a bunch of different positions. How many positions do you think that you can guard at the next level?
I would say 5. If the 5 is a 4-man, because I know like sometimes like the basketball changes, they put like the 4 as a 5 and they play with 4 guards. So yeah, I'm thinking I can go 5, and sometimes can switch with the 5, like a really big man, like switch it like sometime for sure.
Yeah, but you just wall up, use your length, get high, and body up, right? I want you to take me through this play. This is a guy in. Who's that? Brandon Boston, who real shifty, right? And you're just sticking to him like glue. Take me through that. What it's like guarding, these high level guys on an island like this.
I know like BJ Boston like really like to like do little size up and do step back because he's like almost my age, and I was watching like when I was like. Overseas, I was watching his highlights, and before the game, I watched his highlights. And Coach Tiska told me like every time he's going like on ISO, is for doing the step back. So I was every time ready to guard the step back, but I know like some plays they whistle a lot of foul, but not a foul for sure. But I think it.
But you're anticipating this the whole time, right? Like you said, you watched him for that step back, so you're able to get a clean contest. And force him into a really difficult shot, even for a tough shot maker. That's really hard. You're in his space. You got active hands. You're sticking with him. You're just shadowing him. So, I think your defense, your potential on that end is through the roof. Is there anybody who you're looking forward to guarding at the next level?
I want here on the G or
in the NBA.
I would say Kyrie for sure. Kyrie for sure, because it was my idol when I grew up. So yeah, I just want to go and Kyrie because NBA, like how you see it from outside, is not the same perspective when you are in the play. So I just want to go at him like one time at least.
What do you like about his game?
He's finishing for sure. Size up, like he can go to the left hand, right hand, do it, reverse spin, shoot, fade away. He can do everything. He does this. Yeah,
Everything.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High off the glass, spin. Yeah, both hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy. Um, this is another really, impressive defensive possession right here. Low clock, 10 seconds. He's sizing you up. Take me through this clip.
I know, like, I was under the triple line, but because I got long arms, I know, like, if I don't need to be like on his body to contest him in the shot. So here, like, I try to make him like switch, like, I tried him to send him to the middle because I know Marcus was here, like here.
Okay.
But he switched side. He did a great crossover. After just he tried to bump me and I was there, so I didn't move too much. So I was like, I know he was going for the step back at the end, so the fight away. So I just contest him and go back in offense after.
So you could give him, because you have such great length, you could give him a little bit of space. So if he drives, you're meeting him at the rim, and then because of your length, when he can't get by you, you could still contest even if he hits that little step back.
Yeah, for sure. Because like if you want to go to if you want to like go to the layup, you have to really push me or really put like all his body to me, and or the gonna be an offensive foul or something like that. So yeah.
I think this is a really impressive play for a few reasons. I mean, one, you get that monster block as the help, but when you're actually breaking down the defense, you're kind of understanding of positioning on the court as the help man, right? Like you're the most important guy, you're the low man there. I think it's a really mature play, not chasing your man to that weak side corner. So take me through this play.
When you're the low, I think like our team got the rules. Like when you got the low man, just go on the other side and your teammate got your back. So I know Marcus he was like almost ready for taking my player already. So I'm just have to be confident on my teammate. What's he gonna do for me after just this? Because like I just do extra. Like I was just in the paint for Mojave because they didn't switch. So I was just here for helping.
Yeah, so you have to have trust in your teammates because you rotate over, and if at the next level, that might not be a role, right? They might see you coming over, and that they might actually whip that to the weak side corner. So you got to have trust in your teammates that they'll X out, and then you can recover, get into the hoop. So I love that play, and again, like, I mean, you're 6'8" with a long wingspan. And you can actually get up and protect that rim. You're averaging about a block a game this season. All right, I'm going to take you through 2 more clips, and then, I'll get you out of here. This last one, or this next one, I love because of the hustle here. I mean, quick hands, and then you're diving on the floor, getting some, scraping your knees up a little bit, giving your opportunity for your team to turn defense into offense. So, have you always been a guy who's just willing to, give up your body and get on the floor and make hustle plays?
Definitely, I would say every time, just for a win. My just like before I play a game, like my dad said, like when I was small, my dad said like, if you play this sport and you don't want to win, just like don't play basketball anymore, do something else. And I would just like play until I die for win a game if you want. Yeah.
So that came, that kind of effort that you learned that early from your family.
Yeah, for sure. Like my dad was a professional player. He was just like me, and he was a dog like in the court. He was like jumping for every ball, and so yeah, I just tried to be like him.
This was the game against the Mets, and you just ripped that from Victor. You hop in there. What was it like playing in this game, this atmosphere? I mean, the amount of hype and then to go out there and, you guys have the showing that you did. Just take me through that whole atmosphere of that weekend.
I would say it was like really not my first game, but like my first game to the next level. I think, yeah. And I mean, Victor, I played against him a lot of time in France. So when I saw him, I was like, for sure, he's really good right now. He's really good.
He's pretty good.
But like for me, it was like I just remember like I remember like this game before the game. I was like just thinking like when I was playing him when I was 13 years old, 12 years old. So I was like every time like almost like every 2 weeks we was playing against each other. So I was just like playing like it was like back in the day, you know. So
awesome. Sidy, thank you so much for sitting down, chopping it up, going through film. I think that, you know, if people weren't familiar with your game before, they definitely are now. And good luck in Utah with the next up game, and good luck the rest of the way in your G League season, and you know, next year when you make it to the league. I appreciate you doing this.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. It was really fun. Thank you.